Now then, people, welcome back to the Just Joe football show. You all need to relax. Where have you been for the last 3 weeks? I'm seeing people smashing me, having a go at me for weeks, criticising the owners of this football club. Then when it's time to relax and cool down because everything's sorted, everyone wants to kick off. You all need to chill. And that's why the cap's out, yeah? Let's go Niners! Now then, people, welcome back to the Just Joe football show. We are here, obviously, to talk about the latest breaking news that Leeds United, because Leeds United have signed Manor Solomon. People were ready to, throw the baby out with the bathwater. I did look like a redneck. We were just talking about that offline. I look like one of them truckers, didn't I? Yeah, so we've seen Manor Solomon come in. We've had a bit. Do you know what the mad thing is as well? Just quickly on this Gus Hamer thing that went live for an hour and then it quickly got kiboshed and we're not going back in. The fallout to that for me, watching it unfold, was a bit wild, and I'll tell you for why. Because if we'd have never been told about Hamer, which was brought by the Sheffield Star, no one would have been none the wiser. But people were ready to go mental, saying we tried, etc., which is something that I've said, yeah? But for me, after the Solomon deal, after Ramazani, I'm now cool, calm, collected with it. But I just think the Hamer thing, it was like, well, had the Sheffield Star not broken it, we wouldn't have known, because, let's be honest, the local-based journalists ain't got Scooby-Doo this window, and that's no disrespect to them, it's just how the 49ers have operated, unfortunately. But I just think we were getting outraged about something that we probably wouldn't have even known about if it weren't for Chef Star. So I didn't understand the outrage on that. I'm quite calm, cool, collected. Solomon's a done deal. We'll touch on that in a sec. We've now got 2 players left to get. And I think the most exciting thing for me is, and I don't know if Lockie will echo this, the fact that we've tabled 30 million for Hamer shows that the club have money, because Solomon's a done deal now. So it's like, well, you've still got that 30 million sloshing about. What are you gonna be paying? Million tops even? Maybe 49ers have engineered to get that down a little bit. Maybe that's why it's took longer than possible. So we don't know what we're going to pay him for Solomon, how much wages, but it's going to be nowhere near what we would have to pay for a permanent signing. So there's money there to be spent, right?
Yeah, mate, there is. Like you said, we actually bid that. That's been said. We bid 30 million, so that's there. Again, linked with Jack Clark, whether we bid or not. As a club, you even if we valued Jack Clark at, say, 10 million, it wouldn't have been much less, would it? So there's around that money there. Let's be clear. There is a bit there. There definitely is. It's just about the right targets and the right value for each player, I guess. But yeah, mate, I know we're all texting me and you, Andre, about. I didn't see a single downside for trying. Just having a look. People acting like, do you know what him would have been? Him would not have been our number 1 target. He wouldn't have been on the targets list. He'd have been a let's see what happens in the window type. Do you know what I mean? Let's see what happens at the end of the window. He's still there. Look, someone at the club might have heard something about, they are panicking financially, they need to sell players. Let's just see if we can put a little bid in and see what happens, right? It wouldn't have been we need him right now, let's go for it. It's not that. It's a situation came. Maybe they thought, let's just see what happens with that one.
Test the waters.
Yeah, exactly. And there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. What if they'd have accepted it? They never would have, but you never know. They might have gone, well, we don't want 13, but if you add 3 or 4 million on with some more add-ons, maybe. But clearly they're holding strong on Hamer, so that's fine. We know that. We're looking at other targets. We know that. Luvatic, there'll be more as well. That's not a problem. It's fine, mate. It's the overreaction's a bit wild for me. I think it's absolutely fine. Same. There's nothing wrong with just seeing,
Yeah, just testing the waters. I agree with you, mate. I agree. Let's just dial it right back then. We've got a little bit of a running order because it's been a bit of a mad day. Leeds United, the Max Aaron stuff. JT called it. I took the piss. He then tried to get me hammered on social media, which did happen. But then it turned out to be true. So then I looked ITK. I messaged JT and he went, I'm wounded. And then he tried to come on and say, no, you said it well. I went, mate, you've screwed yourself because you know what I mean? But anyway, Max Aaron's, because it's still being mooted on Wacko, by the way, that could be a goer. I mean, Moose has come out. I don't know if people know Moose from Talk Sport, bit of a madhead, but yeah, he's basically saying that there's interest in Italy in Max Aaron's. it just doesn't make sense to me, Lockie, why we would go after another right back. I checked, he's played 9 times at left back.
I mean, if you didn't bring in Jayden Bogle, it'd be brilliant.
It'd be perfect, right? Yeah,
top. Yeah. You're going, knows Daniel Farke, best footballer in Daniel Farke, likes Farke, almost joined last season. But again, it's one of them where you look at from the player's perspective, is he going to go, yeah, I'd love to go to Leeds. Who are their fullback options? And they'll go, well, Jayden Bogle starts there. He was in the Prem last year. And Junior Thurp on the left, and he's going to go, so I might not play then.
Yeah.
It's class player at this level. But
100%.
Probably just, look, I think we need a backup. And he's not that. And he won't come here. If he's a Premier League backup, why would he be a Championship? It's that conversation again, isn't it?
Like
look,
Bueno.
If he came to Leeds, exactly.
Yeah.
Who's smashing it Feyenoord, by the way. If Max Aarons came to Leeds and he knows that and he wants to fight for his place, that's on him. Good luck, fine. But if I'm him, I'm going, look, I like Daniel Farke, but I'm not willing to sit on the bench for him. You know what I mean? And even then, Jayden Bogle, how will he feel about that? He's probably been told you've been number 1, starting. Max Aaron comes in, who's Daniel Farke's boy. Ugh. So, look, mate, if it happened, then that's Daniel Farke's problem to solve it. But it doesn't. Just from that perspective,
just don't make sense. But like I say,
I know what you mean,
it's still out there, and there is this flight booked from Bournemouth to Leeds tomorrow and stuff. So, I mean, if he came with Philip Billing, I mean, that'd be us done, and I'd be happy.
Yeah.
But I just don't see how he can fit in. Or I'm not saying if Leeds United bring him, I'm buzzing. It's a top signing.
Yeah.
But I also go, why? Don't get it.
Yeah, but it's from his perspective, though, isn't it? Well, I guess from ours as well. But then, look, I think Bogle played really well. I spoke in my post-match. I think he really adapted to the game and played really well. But Max Aarons is Daniel Farke's guy. Yeah. If there's an opportunity and Farke's been told, look, he wants to play, Farke might go, well, I'll bring him in. Bogle can fight for a position. But that, I don't know, it just seems a bit, is there any need? Do you know what I mean? A bit overkill, maybe?
Yeah. And people, rightly so, Will Byram could be left back covering that. I get that, but it just doesn't make sense to me to have 2 right backs that are of the same level.
That good, yeah.
That good.
That
could walk into any sides in the division.
Yeah,
both of them.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
I want a younger guy who,
like this guy would be perfect. Owen Becku's gone to Blackburn.
Yeah,
he'd have been perfect on the bench. Someone like that.
Yeah,
because. Aaron's wages won't be cheap either. He moved to Premier League last season. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is a weird one. It is because you think about it, and it's still rumours been murmuring all day. It could, but again, we've already got Bogle. A bit weird, and I just think that'd cause unrest. If Max Aarons doesn't play, he'd be annoyed. He won't last long. He'd leave and go on loan somewhere else in January if there's a callback clause. If it's Bogle who's just joined, not playing, he'll be annoyed. But again, that's the manager's. At the end of the day, if Max Aarons came in, it'd be the manager's decision, wouldn't it? So that'd be on him to figure that one out. But weird one, yeah.
Sorry, I'm just saying wow here because it's now from Adam Leventhal, which is top tier breaking news, folks, on Ronan Salai. So this is huge. Is Leeds are interested in move for Freiburg winger Roland Salai. Championship club have not yet made a formal offer for the Hungarian international who has 1 year left on his contract. Salai, 27, has scored 27 goals in 162 games for Freiburg and was a regular starter for them in the Bundesliga last season. He featured as a substitute in their opening game. Elsewhere, Mana Solomon's loan move to Leeds from Hotspur is expected to be complete tomorrow. Freiburg have been approached for comment. But Adam Leventhal, we're talking top tier here, you know what I mean? And that's straight in the Athletic. This is mental, right? What's going on?
Is someone leaving, Joe?
It's time to get it out, bro. It's time to get it out again. Yeah, okay, yeah. What you saying?
Someone leaving. Yeah. No, maybe. All right, say you bring in Solomon, you bring in Salai. I think that's too much. Isn't it? With Nonto, James and Ramazani. Is that not a little... And Perot as well, who'll play the 10, he will play a little bit this season.
Maybe
Is
James
one leaving?
goes.
James? Maybe, really?
James go?
To where?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, who's buying him?
Premier League, no, it seems a lot. Do you know what I mean? It seems a lot. That's a lot of. Maybe don't. I don't know. Maybe changes the formation. Maybe he goes with 2. Ramazani can play up front. I'm trying to guess. That's a lot of good names as well that will all want to start. You know what I mean? They're not. Salah's not a bench option, despite what some
definitely
people say.
not.
If he's fit, Ramazani's Sullivan isn't a bench option if he's fit, not at all.
No.
Ramazani will not want to play a bench. Nonto will not want to play a bench. Jan James was excellent the other day and was good last season. Will not want to play a bench. That's a lot in 2 positions. Almost too much. Nonto might play the 10. Fair. But even then, you've got Aronson, who are just. That's a lot.
There is a lot. There is a lot.
We need an 8, mate. We're bringing wingers.
Yeah. True. It's a positive, though, isn't it? Like,
of course. Like, say,
I feel like they want to. I feel like they do want to get one big marquee signing, maybe.
But that's it, mate. We're not the manager, so that's not our problem. Look, if he can keep all them happy, that's unbelievable. Like, obviously, that's unbelievable. But I'm just, that's a lot. That's a lot for Daniel Farke to put on himself. But hey, he said, ambitious in the market. There's time. He told us to be patient. Everyone said it. If you want these top targets, you kind of have to wait till the end because the clubs don't want to sell them. If we get Salai, Solomon, Ramazani, Nonto,
it's a
that's
lot,
crazy. Yeah, it's almost too much. I'm a little.
Champion. Listen, we did have a bloody
FIFA. It's FIFA.
We had a plan tonight, but we're seeing our rivals sign Jadon Anthony, Hannibal, and Sarmiento. It's pure EFL fodder, and we're looking at absolute dollars like this.
Right. What's it? I like Hannibal. I do like him. He's a good player. Yeah, very plays a lot of passion as well. He's good in games like that. Games against us or top teams in the championship, he'll be really good in. Not a bad player, but again, looking at our players, And then I look at Sarmiento again. Like, I wouldn't mind Sarmiento if we signed maybe
as an option off the bench. Right?
That's the caliber of bench player that I'm all right with because I think he'll be all right with that role, right? And also Anthony. Look, I think we didn't get the best Anthony last season. He is better than what he was, but is he at the level of the wingers No, of course not. But honestly, for his sake, stuff he's been through and that, I genuinely hope he does well, but just not well to the point where he makes Burnley win the league. You know what I mean? And plays bad against us. But you're looking at the names we're bringing in and the names Burnley are losing and bringing in replacements for. You can't tell us we're not being ambitious.
No.
If we get Solomon and Salai, that's ambitious, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's really ambitious.
Let's talk about Manas. Go on, mate.
I just want to quick say as well, Joe, we still could lose players. They might be
that.
doing overkill, so then we do lose players. It might soften the blow type thing. I remember Strauch. I don't know something about it. I don't know.
Strauch.
Strauch,
Nonto.
Maybe even Firpo, late one. I don't know.
Firpo, potentially, yeah.
That still could happen, couldn't it? We still need to be careful of that. But hey, we're bringing in some top players, and that's all.
100%. And do you know what? Like, for me, after what was such a brutal. I mean, the last 2 weeks. To be fair, when the season started on the 10th till about the 22nd or something like that, it was horrible, mate. I can't lie to you. I wear my heart on my sleeve with this shit. I was fucking down and depressed, man. About the whole situation. Now, I'm walking on sunshine. I just feel really good again,
Yeah, we've won a game. Well, we won a game. Played really well in that game.
Yeah.
Just brought in a top young winger from the Liga. We just brought in Sullivan, who, if he stays fit, will be top at this level. We're now linked to Salai. We're hearing names, whether it'll happen like Billing. And I look at Salai now and going, is Billing that ridiculous? I mean, they'll look at Billing will look at this squad. If he's coming on loan and he wants to play football, he'll look at this squad and he'll go, right, look what we've got here. That's the ambition that you need if you're going to get. And I still think it's a bridge too far, to be fair. But that caliber of player now, looking at the players you're bringing in, is it that ridiculous? I think it'd be tough and ambitious to get a player like Billing, but look at the squad. The squad's filled with players that are similar-ish levels. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's stacked.
It's good. It's a good end so far.
Just on the Salai stuff, Matt, all it says, mate, is Leeds hold an interest. That is it. But the fact it says Leeds are interested, not made a formal approach. That's it. But we know but the fact it's gone to Adam Leventhal, it's gone past. Obviously we know Graham Smith said it. Now it's in the Athletic a couple of days after that. It's definitely got more legs. It's not just a name that's being thrown about, I would say. So we'll have to...
It could be...
We'll have to
that interest could be literally interest until a player goes, maybe. And then it's right, we want him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
100%. I don't think we'd bring another one in, mate, unless we lost one, to be honest.
No,
I don't know, though. Maybe. I don't know. We've getting a lot of attackers.
100%, that's what I mean.
Centre-back.
Yeah. Right, Manor Solomon, obviously me and you predicted on the final word that it would get a little bit crazy. Yesterday happened, it did get crazy. Oh, it's off, and then a guy deleted a tweet, and then it was like Ajax were coming in, and we were talking in our chat saying if Ajax are genuinely serious, we'll get blown out of the water, which I think's fair. But he stuck true to his word. Maybe even the Ajax link was a red herring by Spurs or by his agent to get Leeds to push through the move, because they were like, look, man, you're taking the piss. We don't know, do we? But we know that kind of skullduggery goes down. But it has been confirmed now, mate, by David Ornstein, who's probably the best out there, if we're being honest, to say that it will be completed on Tuesday. Season-long loan doesn't include an option to turn the deal permanent. Again, for me, I was just having a conversation with someone who said, oh, I've knocked you off there. Where are we? There we go. I've just been having a conversation with someone who said, well, there must be a reason why we've not signed him on a permanent and obligation. But every loan that Leeds United have done has not had any option or obligation. Not even Rodon didn't. I know we went and got him permanently after, but it's clearly a tactic from Leeds, especially getting out of the Championship. We don't want to be tied to anyone. Look at, let's say, for example, Burnley get promoted with Anthony. No disrespect to Anthony, he's not a Premier League winger, but they've got to pay £10 million for him when they get promoted, if they get promoted. We don't want to be stuck or tied to any player. So that I don't read too much into that. It does say there was late interest from elsewhere, but Solomon is set to join Leeds. He was undergoing a medical. There we go. There's his appearances. Look, productive 22-23 season on loan at Fulham from Shakhtar, scoring 5 goals. Signed for Spurs as a free agent, but only featured 6 times. Did come back in pre-season. They've then also bought Odebeer, etc. Let's talk about him, mate, because me and you, we're excited by this. I think, I've just been speaking with Danny, a mutual friend of ours, and he was saying, at the Championship, this is a guy that's done bits in the Premier League. He's done it in the Champions League. He's levels above this division for me, genuinely.
Yeah, mate, he is. He's up to levels. I'm still seeing online he'd be a great backup.
Yes.
And it is a massive, massive if, the fitness thing. It is.
Yeah, of course.
It is huge. We can't deny that, can we? But if he is fit and he's sharp, because you've got to be sharp as well, you've got to have consistent game time. He is the best winger at our club, in my opinion. That Matt Simon. I just think he's that good. I genuinely do. Maybe not. Maybe that's harsh or not. Nonto's potential is probably higher, let's be honest. But
and we need to get a look at Ramazani as well, don't we?
True, yeah. True. But again, I don't know too much about Ramazani. Just know he's meant to be pretty good, and from little bits I've seen, he is pretty good. But we know this guy, and I know it's the injury thing, but take away the injuries for me, he's a phenomenal player. Like you said, if the Ajax thing is real, it might be, might not. But if that's the caliber of club that are wanting to loan him, it's a big coup for the Championship. He has no business in this league at all. He's a really good player, real technical dribbler. The thing I absolutely love about him is watch when he runs with the ball, how close that ball is to his foot.
Yeah.
It's so close. And he's got a lovely shot on him as well from the edge of the box. He's going to be too quick and too agile for them Championship players.
For Championship defenders. Far too quick.
Yeah.
And like you say, to be honest, I've watched a few clips and I know it's YouTube and I know obviously
But you can see the
make
style of the player, can't you?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. There's even one on one of the clips that I've seen in like terms of he gets to the byline, cuts in, and he picks out someone who's at the opposite end of the box with his pass. And I just think, I just think at Leeds United, if I'm honing in specifically on James, for example, because some are comparing him with James, but my point is, he has that football IQ. Right, I'm going to go to the byline here, but I know that person's there, and I'm going to make sure that he receives that ball. Whereas some people will just smash it across goal. So I think for me, technically, he's above what we've got, and I just think if he is fit in this division, it's a cakewalk for him.
Say it's a situation where look, he is fit, but he's still got some injuries because he will probably have them. Let's be honest. You still got Ramazani, Dan James, Willie Nonto, who have fairly all right injury records. They might miss a few games a season, but it's not bad. Ramazani's is very good actually. So look, it's not like we're relying on him every game for 90 minutes for 46 games. We have a lot, and if he gets a lie, the injuries will be fine. Like even if he plays 25 games a season, there'll be a good 25 games. We have backup there. We have good options there. We have different types of players there. So if he did have some injury issues in the season, it's not that bad because we still have excellent options. But yeah, mate, he's a good player when he's on it. I know people in the Premier League are saying certain things, but that's the Premier League, and people have obviously biases based on how well he's played for you. And I just take it off from what you see and what you feel from the player. That's what my advice to people is. Because look, like you said, you could ask Leeds fans about Robin Koch. What would they tell you? Yeah, you ask Frankfurt fans about Robin Koch. They say he's one of the best players in the Bundesliga. Right, best defenders. Sorry. So
even Max Wober, right? Ask Leeds fans,
exactly.
And then if you asked, I can't even remember the fucking club now. Where was he at?
By Leverkusen.
Mönchengladbach.
By
Leverkusen. They won the league, man. He's coming.
He wishes. Leverkusen.
Do you know what? Just on James as well. Listen, I can't hide the fact that I'm not his biggest fan. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he hasn't done well. James, Lockie loves him. Other people love him. I'm just not. And again, I'm not saying he's just for me. He's just not for me, folks. He's just not for me. He's just not for me, and that's just my opinion. I know he's done great, and he scored a great goal the other day. He just frustrates me. He really frustrates me. Some people don't like Gruev. I really like him. I like watching him in the tackle. I don't know. Maybe it's a defensive. I loved Calvin. People tell me Calvin's shit. Do you know what I mean? I think I prefer a certain type of player. That's all it is. And look, James is great for Leeds. Has done great for Leeds. He's just not my number one pick. That's all.
And that's like I'm a winger. I love wingers. I have a soft spot for all wingers. So maybe I'm hyping up Sullivan too much. I just think he's really good, and I think he'll be really good. I like Dan James. I do. Look, he's not. Put it this way, I remember when I used to play for Brighouse back in the day, and I used to play in that 10 role, and we'd have a winger in our team, and he was just really, really quick, and was fairly all right 1v1, and I got about 20 odd assists just from that one ball Joseph did, just over the top. You see it in the corner right, he's gone. If you do a ball over the top, he's there. So I've got a soft spot for like just quick, direct wingers. I think if they're used right, they can be so deadly. And Dan James, you see, when we use Dan James right, he is deadly. He's very deadly. So yeah, I like Dan. And he works really hard as well, and he puts everything in. Which is...
Of course, he does. For sure. In terms of long-term planning of this season, where do they all fit? Not even bringing in Salah into the equation. Let's just talk the three behind Joseph. What is that three for you long term? Let's say after the international break, because we've got a game against Hull, we might see Ramazani off the bench. I don't think he'll change the 11 that beat Sheff Wednesday, but we might see Ramazani. That might give us a tell, depending on who he comes on for. But international break, we don't play for 14 days. They come back. Who do you think now, with the players that we've got, will be the three behind Joseph?
A Are we assuming Solomon's there as well?
Yeah, Solomon's in the door, yeah.
So after we come back
He's
after
not got
international
injured.
break-
He's had 14 days
Right.
of sick training. He's ready to go.
I still think for that first game back, it'll be the same. I do. I think
Yeah,
James, who was it? Sorry.
James
actually,
Aronson, Nonto.
I think Aronson might be dropped. I think Nonto will go into the 10 after international break, and I think Solomon will go on to the left if he's fully fit. I think Ramazani will push and might look. Ramazani could be our best winger this season. I just don't know a whole lot about him. As opposed, I think I've watched 1.5, 2 games of him, not more. So, but yeah, I think Solomon on the left, Nonto in the middle. Dan James will keep his place for me on the right for the start. I think that's
Long
really
term.
3. Long term, if Ramazani reaches what he can, Solomon stays fit. It's got to be Solomon, Ramazani, and Nonto. Got to be.
Yeah.
But that's
Which is-
assuming, yeah,
And-
they all
and
go
yeah.
to the level we think they can.
And Jack, quick question for you. Why are you dropping James? You've just been battering me. Why are you dropping James for?
But hey, if Dan
joke,
James stays in the side, it's because he's doing really well. So if he's in it, I look like I said, I love him. I'd be happy with him staying. Don't bother me. And if he's not playing well, Ramazani comes in. He won't get his place back. So
Yeah.
it's good competition, mate.
Yeah. No, exactly. You're right, mate. Bang on the money.
What do you think, Joe?
I think. Yeah, I think. Yeah. To be honest, you could even. I think that I don't know about Ramazani enough to say it, but I think we could just see so much interchanging between all three.
Yeah, there will be.
And I think
there will be, yeah.
James can't play in the central spaces. He'll either go out to the left, whereas them three could all
Anywhere.
just interchange between them. So it literally could just be fucking have fun, lads. Have fun, you three up there. And
Destroy them defenders.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, and there will be times where we need just James, a direct winger down one side. Basil Bean, right? I'm going to just say something for you now, mate, okay?
Damn.
You've put that about 5 times, yeah? Are you not bored? Have you not got better things to be doing at 10:30 on your Monday night? I'll say a prayer for you, bro, because you've put it about 5 times. No, 6 now. Have a day off. Like, go watch TV. Go watch TV. Put something on Netflix. Watch a different YouTube program. I don't understand the logic of just continuously saying you two haven't got a clue. If that's the case, don't watch. Like, what are you doing with your life? Be happy.
Basil.
Go watch TV, bro. It's mental. Anyway, go on. What are you saying, bro?
Basil's fuming, mate.
Fucking Basil Brush. You know what I mean?
What a show that was, by the way.
It was, aye.
That's opened up some memories. Jeez.
Yeah. What did he used to do? No. Yeah, yeah. I did Woody Woodpecker then. Yeah, Gus Hamer, mate, would have been great, wouldn't he? Would have been fantastic.
Yeah, he would. He'd have been overcast. If we'd have got, say we got some lying here, but I don't know what to do. He's too much.
Mad,
too good.
mad.
Yeah, he's a top player, isn't he? He's Gus Hamer. And if he stayed at Sheffield United, then they've got one of the best players in the league, so they're never out of it if they keep players like that. They've got some other good players as well. So yeah, Gus Hamer would have been great. We put a little bit in there. We've probably got told to F off. And then he went, all right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Tried.
It makes sense while Chris Wilder was chatting shit about us now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know what
that's
I mean?
probably it, wasn't it?
Yeah, of course. Because the Bogle deal was done like, I don't know, about 6 weeks before, and then he just started coming out going, them clowns or something. I can't remember what he said. Mickey Mouse tactics, weren't it? Mickey Mouse tactics.
Yeah, I can't hate him because he coached Halifax and he's
he did, didn't he?
So I can't go too hard on him.
No,
But,
true.
Yeah, he needs to chill out.
Yeah, he does.
Innit? He's got some good players. I don't know why he's so angry. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Football,
Yeah, Gus Hamer on that. Like, what I did find quite interesting from the what was I going to say? From the Sheffield Star article was the fact that they'd said one bid did get close. So they said one was way off, which was ours. One did get close. So that makes me think that there's a potential that someone could go back in for him with the window, and if they lose him, it's massive.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be there. I don't think he'll be there by the end. I'm not sure he might be, but he's a very good player. I even think he was all right in the Prem last season for what was a terrible side. Let's be honest, I thought he was all right, but he started it really well. And surely he's got much credit there to play in a high league. He's been in the Championship. He's done that. He won't have any desire to really stay here. But look, at the end of the day, if he's happy there, he likes the club, he likes the manager, he likes the players. If a bid don't come in for him, he'll stay, won't he? And it's a good signing to have that.
Yeah.
I'll say him, he's a top player. He is a top player. I do like him. And at the end of the day, like we've already said, it's not that deep that we put a bid in and it got rejected. No. I think we'll bring in a top class 8. Don't know who that is yet, but I think we will. So I'm fine with it, mate.
Yeah.
Could have been Hamer.
Would you still look at Ljubicic?
Yeah, I would. And another thing, he started the season really well. He's gone down a league and suddenly he's becoming an absolute goal scorer. So that's it, Carl. That's right, though. Like, maybe they've been informed that they've got all of these money issues and maybe you put a bid in, maybe they might consider it. The player likes the club. He might be interested in Leeds. Put a bid in and see what happens. Yeah. Look, the lines have been crossed wrong there, but that could have been the case. But yeah, like, what did you ask? Sorry, I forgot. I didn't. You responded to Carl, didn't you? But big up Carl, by the way. I did the square ball walk with Carl. Legend, mate. I hope you're doing well, my man. So the number 8, Ljubicic. Do we go back there? It's a weird one, isn't it? I don't know what's going on with him. So there's lots of stuff about agents.
There's a new one now saying Leeds United might come back with a lucrative. It's like on off and on, off and on.
Do you reckon that's the Kamara of last year, where we're kind of just keeping him about, just waiting? There might be one or two options. Maybe they were waiting to see if a Hammer thing did appear. They tried it, didn't work. We went, right, okay. Maybe there's another target they'll go for. If not, then Ljubicic is there. He's very keen to play for us, clearly, and they know they could probably do it in what a day or easy, a few hours maybe. So I think it might come to that. And I like Ljubicic. I think he's a good player at this level. He'd be really good for us. He's the profile that we don't have. That is, we bring these amazing attacking players in, which is great. Obviously, it's a lot to get excited about, but we still need that 8.
Do you know who would be the perfect one? Which I'm going to let you. I'm going to let you dunk on Scott Lightning here because I've already had to speak on this guy on an earlier stream because the name was mentioned.
I know.
But he says Bramwell ain't no better than Gruev or Rothwell. But Bramwell would be perfect for Leeds United. Got goals and assists in the Premier League from the 8th position, done it at Bristol City, done it at Burnley. Double digits some seasons, which is more than all of our midfielders combined last season. He would be perfect for Leeds United.
He's a top player, Joe.
Honestly,
he could play in the Premier League. I think he's really good. Look, I'm pretty sure, I think it was last year when we did Scout Report, he's on one of them. I'm fairly sure. Just to prove, look, I'm just saying that because if we might be linked with him, like he'd be not realistic because he plays for Burnley, but say he'd be my number one. I think at this level he's good. He's a leader. He's a captain. He scores goals. He gets assists. He's got a ridiculous strike on him. He can pass a ball. He's a good athlete. He's a proper number 8, mate. At this level, he'd be an absolute joke. I think he can transfer to the Premier League to a certain point as well.
Yeah, he's done it.
It's the name. It's just because it's the name again. If he had a different name, Sousa, 100%. From Sheffield United, well, everyone loves him.
Trabzonspor have apparently bid 4 million for him, which is well within our price bracket for midfielders, I think, mate.
But for Leeds, for Burnley, that'll be probably for Leeds. We've been at rival.
Put more money on it, wouldn't they?
7-ish million. You're playing that for Ljubicic. I like Ljubicic, as I said, but Browning would be top of that for me. I think he's a really good player, mate. I do. Yeah. I think he's massively underrated because of, I don't know why. Maybe because he played for Burnley or, I think he's a really good player. I really like
100%. 100%. Mr. Burnman 666. This is not a link. West Ham want to release him. I don't know if Leeds fans have somehow linked. We don't want Danny Ings. The guy's broken. He's coming to the end of his career. He's not what we need. I don't think there are no credible links. Someone sent to me and said, would you be up for this? And I was like, no, he's broken. And he's on about, 80 grand a week or something, if not more.
People think Solomon's injuries are bad.
Yeah. And I think when people, it's just a name. He hasn't played football properly for fucking ages, man. Years. So, the last time he was good was at Southampton.
6 years ago. Yeah.
When he was at Southampton.
5-6 years ago, you're going, top player.
Yeah.
I remember I think it was shouts from for England at one point or something like that. It's like, it was a level where he was one of the best young strikers in the country. He's just been ruined by injury, like ruined by it. So, nah, we don't need Danny Ings. He's just not worth it at this point.
I'm just going to research one. He's a Burnley fan. I'm just going to dunk on you a little bit here, mate, because you were winding me up after game week 1. Bramwell is available. He's got a year left on his deal, man, and that's kind of shit that Leeds United... Yeah. What did I call him?
Brownwell.
Oh, Brownhill is available. And also, mate, how do you feel that you're now signing dead EFL players? You've lost Odebear, you're losing Brownhill, you've lost Sanderberg, you've lost O'Shea. Research one, it's not looking good for you, bro. It's not looking good at all. I don't get where that's come. Well, it's in the Athletic, mate. I can show you the article if you like.
He's available. Whether he's available to us is another question.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. See, Bramwell.
Also, can I just clarify? And I appreciate anyone that says my pronunciation of Solomon is wrong. Look, I'm from Yorkshire, right? Yeah. When you say my name, I expect it in a Yorkshire accent. I'm not going to angry if it isn't, so don't worry, it's fine, right? It's tough. It's tough for us folk to say things in brilliant
proper in the Queen's English. Yeah.
So, thank you, but I apologise.
Yeah, there we go. We've had a couple of super chats. Let's do this. Sean Kelly says, "Stop with this Solomon politics, like B." Yeah, football. Just stick to football. No, just the chat. I think. Right. Dominic says, "I've got bored of Solomon and worried about another JKA scenario. Much more excited by it. But how is it a JKA scenario when he's on loan with no obligation or option?" Much more excited by Billing, Keller, Salai, and most of all Hamer, but he's Premier League. Yeah, Hamer's not going to happen anyway. It was confirmed by Adam Pope that Leeds United are not going to go back in. Farker's first touch as evening. Even if we lose Nonto and bring in Salai, I'm happy. You don't need elite players to get out of this league. Ipswich had Burns and Broadhead. That's a good point. Although we didn't get up last season with elite players, I would say, at this level. Legendary MVG says, who would be your number one defensive reinforcement? I guess what position would you go for first?
Honestly, mine would be McNulty. McNulty can play left centre-back and left back.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cheap would be, I'd say, no more than 5 million. 21 years old, a lot of potential. I watched him the other day. He got rinsed once or twice. But generally, he was playing. I think it was he either playing PSV or Ajax or Feyenoord, so they had ridiculous wingers. But yeah, he'd be a good season on the bench and then coming on, learning, understanding. I think he's got a high ceiling. I'd love a player like that. That'd be mine, mate.
Nice. Right, let's go back to the number 10 then. Number 10. I don't think we get a specialist number 10. I know we've been crying out for one, Lockie, but I just think with all the players we're being linked to, it looks like we're just going to be Winger FC, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'd love Cabal, but I don't think so anymore. But yeah, look, I still think we might miss that profile. We'll see. There'll be times in the season where we'll go, we really missed a number 10. When we're just Pablo type.
Like a low block team and it's hard to break down.
We will say that. But at the end of the day, when you've got that much firepower in your front four, depending on which combination you decide to go with, does it really matter? I don't think so. I think we'll be able to overpower most teams, mate. There might be 20-minute, 30-minute, 40-minute periods where we can't break it down, but with that much quality, you'll get a chance. At any point in the game, you'll bring someone and you'll get a chance. So,
100%.
Yeah, I'd still like one. I'm not going to deny that. If we don't get one, I'm going to be like, I wish we did get one. I wish we did get a Cabal type player. But if we don't, and we do bring in Solomon, and say we even did bring in Salai, that's fine, isn't it? Even if without Salai, it's still very, very good.
Crazy.
So it
would be great.
It's whatever, mate. I'd like one, but if we don't, it's fine.
What videos have you got ready to drop then on these players that we've been linked to, mate? Surely there's a Solomon one ready to go, is there?
Yeah, that's been ready for 4 days. There's actually a Juvicic one that's been ready a week. That's in my private YouTube. Been waiting to upload. So
ready to just go bang.
Yeah, I am gonna. It might be the end after the whole game, but I'm gonna do a Mateo Joseph video.
Okay, nice.
About him and how that's gonna be good. And what he's done.
And the reason I bring that up, folks, is because there is 1,700 people currently watching, and Lockie's channel is in the title to this video. So you don't even need to go to the comments or anything like that. If you go to the title, click it, you go straight through to his channel, and Jack's just put it in the chat there. Big up, Jack. Cheers, go subscribe. What are you on now, bro?
Just over 4K, I believe.
4K.
Got
we close
4K
to?
about a week ago, I think.
Okay, congrats, man. Congrats. It ain't easy.
Yeah, but Jesus. 4.25, that's shot.
There we go. So we need to get that to 4.5. I know for a fact there's like 1,700 people here. I know that you ain't all. So let's get him to 4. Let's get him to 5, as Sonny says. But yeah, do subscribe because, like Gav says, his content is great.
Cheers, mate.
Like Jack says, deserves so much. Our man Ryan's already subscribed. What you'll be able to do is go on over and get a further look at some of the players that lead. That lead. I'm all over at shop today. It's my 4th live, mate. It's my 4th live today.
Don't worry about it. I don't do like daily stuff. I do it like, well, if there's a match, I'll do a tactical breakdown, or I'll do an initial reaction maybe a day later. I'll do a tactical breakdown that week of maybe an individual or how we played, something I liked. Obviously, any transfers, I do a scout report for each one, stuff like that.
Great stuff. Look at this. All the love. All the
Cheers,
love.
guys.
Love it.
Appreciate it.
So just subscribed. It better be good. It's the best, man. It's the best. It is. And second to none. Exactly. Second to none. He knows footballers, man. Exthermal says, brilliant content, sis boys. Very well done. Thank you very much. PJ UK says, subscribed. Lockie knows ballers. Exactly.
I know one or two. Not great ones, but I know.
Look at what's fucking this guy, man. JT, you know what? It was so funny this morning when that link came true, and I was like, "It's true." And then you tried to go back and like say, "No, Joe said it was not real." I was like, "Nah, you fucked yourself, bro." People actually were saying to me, "Oh my god, you actually in the know?" I'm like, yeah. What can I say? Big up JT though, but yeah, man, great stream, Lockie. I've had a lot of fun actually tonight.
Yeah, good.
Before we leave, let's get some predictions.
Oh God, okay.
Solomon's in, so we've got 2.
Andrea in the chat as well.
Yeah,
Angry Andrea from Sydney.
Here we go. Look, Motions just sent us a super chat with what I was just going to ask you.
Ah.
Not so much on them players. Although, for me, the only likely one is the first one, Motion. Lubicic, I think. That would be the only likely one. Hopefully I'm wrong. But Solomon's in. What do we get? What do we get? Do you think they'd just get the 4 he wanted, which is the 2 attackers, centre-back and left-back? Or, with the fact we're still linked to Salai and keep seeing names, I'm like, are they actually going to get more than the 4?
I don't know about the Salai one. I think the Salai one, I genuinely think if that will be one if a player leaves. I do think. I think that's he's they're interested in him. We're just inquiring to see if we did lose a player, and then we can move quickly, maybe.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I do think Lubicic. I think that'll go on. I think we'll get him. I think he'll come in, and I'll be fine with that. I like Lubicic. Yeah, we get Solomon. Do we get? I'm going to say I think Solomon will be our last attacker unless one leaves. Imagine Salai comes in and I will be very, very happy. And we do get a fullback, I think. I think that'll be... It won't be Max Harrons. If it is Max Harrons, then we've got Max Harrons on the bench. That's fine by me. I'm not complaining.
Yeah, I'm not either. I would be buzzing with it. But...
yeah. I know, yeah.
Just get a left-footed fucking left-back, man. Do you know what I mean? It's not hard.
Someone young, yeah. A young lad.
We hadn't bought a left-back for a long time, have we? Apart from Firpo, but I mean, he was broken at the time.
Was he the last one, Junior Firpo?
Yeah, but it took him a while to get over, didn't it? It took him a while, yeah.
Yeah, we need... So, yeah, that's it. I don't think we go anymore, mate. I think, yeah, maybe though. But no, we don't. I think we get the ones Daniel Farker said. I do.
Yeah.
Look, if we lose a player, we'll have to replace them quickly. That could be an issue. I'm still not thinking on that. That still might happen for me.
Brownwell.
Who's that? Brownwell, yeah. Brownwell, yeah, is his brother. Yeah, that's it for me, mate, I think. And I'll be all right with that.
Yeah, same. Hidgepost says, Joe, we had a few on the wish list and lost out. Seeing the deal's been done and talked about now. Have we improved quality of the transfers? What?
You mean, is he talking about maybe Rowe, from Rowe down to Solomon?
I'd still would have had Rowe, just because of his age.
Oh, yeah.
His level. Yeah, I would have had Johnny Rowe first. Would you have them over the 2 we've got? Not as two, but like 1-for-1. I think I would have still gone Raw.
1-for-1, yes. But if he was one option, or we could have got 2 instead with Solomon,
then
I'll take the 2. Because Ramazani, I think Ramazani's potential is really high, mate. I do. And we bought him as well. He's our player. So let's just see what happens with him.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, true.
And if we get Salah in, it's silly, isn't it? To be honest.
Crazy.
But no, I don't think it's gone down in glory and quality. I think we had really ambitious targets that maybe we were just trying to get a cheap one in there. But obviously the club's held strong and they said, no cheap deals. So we went, all right, fine, fair enough. We'll just get our other ones, which are still very good.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's been good. Listen, I'm starting to yawn now.
Who do you think we'll bring in?
Sorry. I'm convinced and have been convinced for a few, since it was Ljubicic. I just think all that's going on is a load of posturing.
Yeah.
I just think we bid, we left them. Then he refused to play. Then the reports were like, Leeds think we can get this done. Then Leeds walked away. And now it's been reported in Germany again that the move still could happen. And the sporting director dude, who originally said he's going nowhere, is saying we'll never know what happens on the week, by Friday. So it's almost like it's just going like this and Leeds are posturing. Look, what I'll say for now, we're all blaming Daniel Levy in the negotiation process over this Solomon deal. I'm not convinced it's just him, though. I genuinely feel the 49ers are quite... I remember West Ham saying, we've never had to sign an NDA on a deal before. They're a bit, I probably do like it because they're getting the best for Leeds United, but it's been rough for us. But I do think maybe they also, and it might mean they've lost out on players because they have been a bit skin-flid and a bit, tight or whatever. And of course we'd like them, like people were saying earlier, just put 20 million and get it done. They can't operate like that, can they? They can't. But yeah. I think they're also a part of that. So we might see them go back and get Ljubicic over the line. And the left back, if I'm honest, mate, I'm not asked who it is.
Yeah.
Because they're not starting.
Decent backup.
Yeah. Not asked who it is.
Or a young player, a young lad that can come in and do a bit when he needs to. Yeah.
Yeah. I disagree on this as well, Ryan, because he's played pre-season already. I think there's a lot of takes that, bench option or won't be ready, and I'm not so sure. I think
it might be a 55, 60-minute sub for 3 or 4 games, so he gets used to the system as well, But I genuinely believe if he's fully match sharp, he'll start for me.
Yeah, 100%. And listen, Solomon, mate, that's the one thing. Matt said it.
Yeah,
Emilio, Fulham fans said it, and I think a lot of Leeds fans are worried about that. I'm right to be. But if we talk about the footballer, if fit, I think he rips it up.
But like I said, Damar, we have at least if that happens, we have options there, good ones as well, and a lot of them. So it's fine.
Yeah,
and it might not. Joe Roden had a terrible injury record, by the way, before he came to us.
Yeah,
not great. Played 46 games. I think there's one as well in there that did.
I think Leeds United had a poor injury scenario, and I hate to... Listen, I'm no doctor, but the guy that's no longer here, and we've got a full bill of health apart from Bamford, who's broken anyway. But the rest,
can't fix.
The rest are sound.
You know what it is as well, Joe. A lot. Sometimes managers it's the manager's decision in the end. It's the manager's decision. If they Rutter probably shouldn't have played a few games. He should have probably missed 10 games after his hernia op. He missed was it 1 or 2, something like that? Was it?
Do you remember when Farker said he's going to be fine, and then it got to a point where it was like, had we have made a decision on doing the operation earlier, it'd have been, you know what I mean? So I almost felt there was definite breakdown between manager and medical department at Leeds. Hence
Farker
why we've
his
had
own
a split.
ideas. And he might. Some managers they'll let the physios do their thing, but some managers I want him to play. You mentioned Somerville as well. How many times did he say in his press conference that Somerville, is feeling stuff? He played.
Yeah, he played.
Rodon limping every game. He would have had some injuries. He played.
Of course. Yeah.
So that's Farker. He plays them. Some managers leave him out. Some managers play him, and he plays them, doesn't he? You don't care.
100%.
Run you're playing.
Yeah, exactly. Well, listen, folks, we've had crazy numbers tonight, upwards of 1,700 people, which is absolutely insane. So thank you. Make sure you go sub to Lockie, by the way, if you haven't already. I want to know that he's had an increase. And listen, get notifications on that. That's all I'll say, because I've got a feeling that it's just going to keep getting wilder and busier and better for Leeds United. We might still get a few negatives. We might see some exits, but I still think we're going to end this window in a good place. We'll rate it at the end. I mean, I don't know if we can still call it a good window because of the players that we've lost, but it's improving on the 2 I thought it was last week. I'll say that. It might be getting closer to 5. Nah, Damar, there's surely no more news, Damar. Surely no more news. Surely we're done.
Be on half what
If there is, I'll be there, mate, because I napped earlier on, which means I won't sleep for a bit. So I will be there. I will be there. But thank you for watching. Go check out Lockie, 4.3 now. Get him to 4.5, and we'll see you all later. Oh, yeah, and Oasis, bro. Oasis are back. Happy days, man. Happy days.
8 in the morning. Well,
yeah,
see.
Yeah.
At 7 in the morning, trying to secure.
I hope it better just be an announcement, because if it is tickets,
it
might
like
just be an announcement.
And first, won't they? They won't just give tickets. It's like, well, what dates are they? Surely.
Yeah, you would hope. Yeah, I would hope. Because if I miss out, I'm blaming you and Andrea, because it's you two that have made me think it's just an announcement and that's it. So,
well, just be up anyway. Don't sleep in tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be like, boy, you two like that. We got tickets. I'll be like, you bastards. Anyway, we'll see you in a bit, folks. Bye bye.